So the FNAF movie trailer has dropped and it's looking a bit corny with some questionable elements, but to be honest, what I was most interested to see was the first full look at the three main animatronics on stage, which was released as a preview image. And the Jim Henson models themselves look pretty good, but there were some things about the designs that stuck out as off, and most importantly, less effective than the game counterparts. This is mainly to do with their expressions, which was discussed in the Red Eye debate video. So using Photoshop, I'm going to make some quality of life changes to try and replicate the game designs whilst keeping them as realistic looking as possible. The first thing I did was make Bonnie more purple, as over the years Scott sort of retconned FNAF 1 Bonnie as blue. And I'm just not having it. Looking at the original game, that is purple. Blue Bonnie looks off. It's not even that much of a change, I just selected Bonnie and slightly altered the colour balance to match this render, but this is satisfactory. The eyes are extremely important as we know, so I needed to get them spot on. Looking at Bonnie's render, not only is the eye colour different, but notice the pupils are smaller and don't quite fit into the sockets as snugly as they do in the movie. This all helps to create that uncanny look, but the main aspect is that they stare blankly onwards, as opposed to looking around and being expressive. So these eyes were measured up and fitted, sitting closer to Bonnie's nose, with a small reflection being added to make them appear more natural. Speaking of expressiveness, Bonnie's closed mouth here really wasn't doing it for me, which creates this face you can just imagine going, "Hello." This looked weird because in the first game the jaws are always hanging agape, revealing the bottom row of teeth, so I basically did a jaw transplant, which I think is pretty effective and uncanny looking, as it's now just sort of hanging loosely. Bonnie's ears in the movie stick straight upwards, but it was a quirk of the original design that they drooped forwards to different degrees, reflecting the animatronic's old and dysfunctional nature. So once again, ear transplant, matching the size and lighting to the movie model. This doesn't at all look out of place, which is a testament to how photorealistic the original models were. Freddy definitely looks the best of the three here, though his jaw looks kind of undershot, whilst his row of teeth aren't visible as with Bonnie. So this iconic render of Freddy was used as a donor due to the similar angle, and after matching the size and lighting of these teeth, I think that feels a lot more natural, in addition to of course being accurate. Freddy's eyes looked okay, but again were gazing off to the side, clearly staring at something or someone. So I just duplicated the pupils and slightly adjusted their position so that they look onwards, and if I do say so myself, that looks pretty spot on. Chica probably had the most work done, starting with the eyes. Now Chica's blank stare is one of the most terrifying things in the first game, so plopping the original eyes in just immediately looks more intense. Now Chica's render has the eyes higher up in the sockets and further apart, as opposed to Bonnie, leaving more gaping blackness underneath them, which I try to replicate here. But we're not done with the face, as these lifted and tilted eyebrows give the impression she's the one that's scared, so I basically cut them out and repositioned them to match Chica's render, and this makes a huge difference as she is now expressionless. Once again, a gleam of light was added to blend it all into the environment. The thing is, Chica has a unique problem, and just look at the legs. They're tightly squeezed together, giving a more feminine look, but more to the point, it looks kinda ridiculous. If these things are supposed to walk around, there's no way these legs are supporting all of that. Looking at the original render, the legs are of course positioned the same as Freddy and Bonnie. So I duplicated Chica's left leg, flipped it over and erased the original. Voila! Chica is now much more robust and imposing. So I can now reveal the full image, and wow, these actually look identical to the games now. It shows that the Jim Henson animatronics are pretty damn good, and with these few tweaks, they could have been absolutely perfect. I think it's just surreal to see them in real life, and I would not want to be in the room with these guys. as opposed to the actual movie designs that just sort of look mildly concerned. As for the movie itself, as I suspected when we started getting red-eyed animatronics pulling faces, it looks sort of wacky and a bit daft, which isn't really what I wanted out of a FNAF movie, but I'm pleased with how this edit came out nonetheless. So, are you a fan of the movie Animatronics, and do you think I've managed to capture the look of the originals in this Photoshop? Let me know your thoughts down below, and if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching.